Hi everyone, I'm Keith Dawson. I'm the founder and CEO of Qualoo, and we're a deep-in network that's looking to make the internet better for everybody. Okay, so we look at this first. How many of these do we recognize? We hear these buzzwords all the time, all around the internet, deep-in, metaverse, but not everybody realizes, what's the key to all of these digital services, and that's connectivity. But not just any connectivity, just plugging it in. That connectivity has to be quality. And when we talk about quality connectivity, we don't just mean that the data and information travels where it needs to go in a timely fashion and arrives in order and without loss. It means that the ability to access the internet with consistent quality regardless of where you are on Earth. So that's anywhere, any place, any time. And this is something that the governments are spending billions of dollars working on, and we've already worked with ASEAN and governments in Asia to actually improve their internet and work on these standards. Okay, so this is the problem we're trying to fix. We all know how frustrating it is when your internet doesn't work, you can't get connected, but as more of our lives come online, it's non-negotiable. We feel the pain and we can't work, we can't pay for things, and that's just going to get worse and worse. So we're building a network, a decentralized physical infrastructure, deep-in that's going to unleash the full potential of the global internet for everybody. So the problems aren't just frustrating for us. The telco industry are trying to get a grasp with this. Businesses lose up to half a $1,000,000 per hour for major outages. $1.5 trillion is the telecoms OPEX cost trying to make this stuff work, make sure it's good connection, and we still have billions of people unconnected. Again, this wastage is hundreds of billions a year. Next slide, please. That one. Okay, so I've been working on kind of deep-in networks for the last 15 years, running boxes in people's houses around the world. And we use this to help stabilize national internet. We found problems that have saved customers millions of dollars. But by using the Web3 AI, we can now make that solution that was very difficult previously, scalable for the entire planet. So one of the things with deep-in is that, people obviously say the supply side's easy. You can always get people to run a node, run an app, earn some points, but the value is very difficult. Whereas we were coming from a different aspect. Our value was huge. We could save clients millions, but it was a nightmare to get these devices into people's houses. So with a deep-in model, that solves our problem, which means we can now do this at scale. Okay, so we already been working with governments, as I said. We stabilized the entire national broadband of Brunei with less than 40 devices. Cheap devices that cost less than $2,000. These are problems that was impacting the entire country, was going on for years, and none of the telcos can find it. And then through that, the success of that project, we got to work with ASEAN, writing on the Internet Quality of Experience framework of really how to use our blueprint to improve, work together, and map connectivity. Okay, so this is what the Qualoo network looks like. We got fixed nodes. You plug into your house at home or your business. We got mobile nodes, and we're going to map the entire connectivity of the planet, of every technology all around the world. Okay, so the fixed nodes, these focus on your home internet broadband, fiber to the home, legacy networks, and really understanding what the quality of the fixed infrastructure is like. It's plug and play. It directly mines our token QXT. And the other part of the network is the mobile app. So this is going to be where users have a wallet, they interact with the network, they go around checking into Wi-Fi, hotels, coffee shops, mapping as they go around and earn points, and all kinds of engagement and gamification around that. Okay, so we're using a tokenized Web3 rollout. This helps us to roll the network out, create rewards, incentives, and also people can pay for services with a token, premium features, as well as data, API, and a marketplace. So we've been testing the mobile app internally. We're just getting things ready to roll out over the next few months. Just from our internal testing, we reference tests to over 151 locations around the world. So every major internet hub, data center kind of thing. So we map from every location the full layout of the internet. So all of this data is going to feed back to our Explorer. Some of the early measurements we got around Bangkok here. But the connectivity map is going to be kind of, you could think of as like the Waze for the internet or the Google Maps of connectivity. So we're going to have this open layer of transparency while also having all the insights under the hood where we help all of the stakeholders to improve their networks. Okay, so we don't actually need anywhere near as many devices as you think to find these issues and map problems and really make difference to countries. So we're aiming for at least 500 fixed nodes in each country. That helps us to spot any infrastructure issues, major problems with all the connectivity between countries, and open up a lot of use cases on top of that. Okay, so this connecting people's big business. Globally, people are spending $3.5 trillion to get everything digital. But it all goes back to, without connectivity, this is a waste. And the cost of failure is huge. So the governments, telecoms industry, they're already spending billions on analytics, trying to make things work. And a lot of this is inefficient. And this is where we are much better than the competitors. So for the revenue models, we got B2B, B2C side. The customers, we're going to be selling nodes, premium app subscriptions, affiliate and advertising programs. Then on the B2B business, telcos, and that they'll be buying tiered subscription plans, consultancy engineering support tools for businesses, and also API access, data, custom tests to be able to use our network. So the roadmap, we're totally raising 5.25 million. We've, off the back of the early traction, we're now doing our app and node development. We're looking to build on IoTech's platform, and hopefully we'll be one of their incubators in the next cohort to helping us get that out to the market. We've also got some senior telecoms experts in our team who have been working at CEO level of companies like Vodafone, and they're helping us do the sales strategy around really multinational telcos who've got presence in 20, 30 countries. They'll be the first onboarding of the network before we expand to the rest of the world. So we're currently in our seed round. We just kicked off a couple of weeks ago. We're raising 750K on a SAFT, and this is where we are now. So the team, we've got a lot of senior telco, blockchain experience teams, security, that helping us build the network. A lot of people who have experience in sales, telco sales, because we recognize that traditionally telecom sales are difficult, and we want to break that down. And a lot of by building the network, we're removing a lot of the barriers that previously had existed to actually addressing these kind of quality of service issues. Okay, and so a quality connection is the foundation of everything is digital, and at Qualoo, let's make the internet better together. Thanks.
Let's do that. All right.
Okay. So why you started in Brunei and else, and when you're going to expand to Southeast Asia, what will be the challenges?
Yeah, so we started off in Brunei because I've got contacts there. I've been a telco consultant for the last 20 years. I live in Brunei. I've worked there previously. So we started speaking with the regulator there. There was a lot of problems with the internet there that we could solve. So that was a great place for us to start. And the thing we're doing now is we're building the network out, so we know how powerful our data is. Once we get the network out, we can then bring that same value for the other countries. But I mean, one of the big challenges, there's a lot of transparency that comes with what we're doing. Bad providers won't be able to hide anymore, but we're also bringing them the solution, so they should be able to fix it.
If you're going to expand into Thailand or where we are very good in connections of 5G, so
yes.
What will be the challenges of your business?
Yeah, well, we've already started to deploy nodes in Thailand and start to map it as we go around. I mean, technically, there's not any challenges, but it's the kind of bureaucracy with how business works is a big challenge, you know. So we have this network. This is a different way of doing things. Normally, you would be cold calling, hey, we can do this, but we have to build a network. Now they can't say no, but we're building a network. The customers are getting more engaged. And so it should be much easier to sell this into them because we're bringing the solution.
So according to your estimate, like Thailand has about 60 million population, right? We only need 500 nodes to solve the communication breakdown problem, and your node doesn't seem to be expensive. Right? Why can't telecom companies just buy 500 nodes and deploy it today?
Yeah, well, they could. So, I mean, 500 is usually the minimum to get kind of a statistically viable number. But as you expand the nodes, you get more regional issues. But if you think of the internet with, it's like a Christmas tree, right? You know, everything's connected. So even problems in the central trunk affect a lot of the customers. So we don't need that many nodes. But but also doing it this way, it brings the cost down significantly. You know, so previously you had very over-engineered solutions, you had expensive consultancy wrapped around it, and it was a very long sales cycle, whereas now we're sort of making it into a simple SaaS model, fraction of the cost it would cost before, you know, no engineers and nothing, so the sales should be better. That's what we're hoping.
So you're saying that for telecom companies to buy 500 nodes and deploy it themselves would be more expensive than if they buy it from you?
Yeah, because one of the things is that they would have to deploy these devices themselves. They would have to find volunteers, customers. They would have to know how to configure it, analyze it. So by us building a network, it's one network that can serve every telco. So you're no longer like one project, one network. One network that can serve all of the telcos.
Okay, to that I have a follow-up question. How are you preventing device tampering and just sibling attack your network?
Yeah, so the devices we're building with IoTechs that have got a lot of the tech stack around that, around security, to digital device ID, and the node communication. So that helps with a lot of the security, making sure the devices are actually who they say they are, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing and where they are. And then we can also detect any kind of anonymous anomalies in the results that look like they're being tampered, you know, because we test not just locally, globally, and from the pattern of the results, we can see if somebody's trying to manipulate, they're running different IP or VPNs and things like that.
No, isn't that where SEABW attack comes in? So let's say you have a node here, and I say I want to attack your network. I buy 10 nodes here, and I just make it look like it drop package every 2 seconds. Then to your network, since you're using consensus, I assume, then my result of 10 nodes would overwhelm your node entirely.
Yeah, so the nodes the test results that the nodes provide, they're from each individual node, so they don't impact the quality of the data, but we would detect that a particular group of nodes was behaving strange, right, and where the problems were coming from, so we could flag them.
How would you differentiate that from actual 10 users saying that, you know, the connection quality is bad?
The results from, you mean the results from the device as it comes up?
I buy 10 nodes and I just make it behave erratically by putting a proxy router in front of it.
Yes.
Not having to tamper any of the device. And just make it look like it drops connection every 2 seconds. Right?
Yeah.
The parallel of that could be that actual 10 users having their package drop every 2 seconds as well.
Yeah.
And to your end of the network, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart, would you?
Yeah, but we look at the wider view of the network, not just in one. So if there's one group of results that's performing erratically like that compared to other reference points, other nodes, we can detect that it looks suspicious.
Okay, let's carry on the conversation after this session. All right, thanks, Tano, for wonderful questions, and thanks, Keith, for the wonderful pitch.
Thank you.
All right.